Joining us now is Asia business expert Tal Reshef for a look at the financial impact of the protests in Hong Kong. Mr. Reshef, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure.
So what would you say are the economic reasons underlying the protests right now in Hong Kong?
Well, the economic reasons are not very clear because the Chinese regime is taking some steps that are not, their interest is not very clear. What they are doing is that they start a move that seems like limiting the liberalism and the openness of the economy in Hong Kong, and it is not clear why. What does it serve? Because so far the cooperation between the British system in Hong Kong and the Chinese system in the mainland goes quite fine and serves both sides, so their interest is not very clear. It frightens the economic powers inside of Hong Kong, but it frightens not only economically because some are afraid that it may point to further things which are not only economic.
There have been suggestions made, though, that from the perspective of the people in Hong Kong itself, they've seen China essentially boom further and further and further since 1997, and their share, so to speak, of the China pie has only shrunk. I mean, is there any kind of fear coming from the people in Hong Kong itself that their the part they play in this China-Hong Kong deal, so to speak, is so minuscule that eventually they'll be irrelevant?
I'm not sure that they will be irrelevant because let's forget that even though the percentage is going down and down, it's going down and down not because Hong Kong is shrinking, it's because China is expanding dramatically. Hong Kong is expanding also slower, naturally, because it started from a higher point. But Hong Kong is doing very fine, and even today, for a region of only 5 million people, what it's doing is beautiful. It's one of the most prosperous in the world. Now, the intention of the Chinese to limit it raises questions. I do not see the economic interest behind it. Maybe they're afraid of democratic intentions that are growing in Hong Kong, and they want to put it under a tighter control. But maybe this is another possibility that should be taken into consideration. It's a result of the fights from inside of the party. We have to remember that many leaders from the Communist Party in China are coming from Shanghai. Shanghai is the opponent of Hong Kong, the new center, maybe even the bigger. And the more you put down Hong Kong, the more you open possibilities to Shanghai, to the people of those leaders that may be pushing in this direction.
Of course. Shanghai really does actually not have some of the basic pillars that make Hong Kong what it is in terms of the financial center of Asia. I mean, one of the financial centers of the world, really. With essentially China moving in, in on the stability factor here, what did it stand to gain from it?
This is the question that is not very clear. It might be pure intention to let Shanghai get bigger because Shanghai is the destiny. We have to remember that first of all, there are many other centers are part of those two. We have Shenzhen, we have Beijing, we have other centers, but those are the two main ones. Hong Kong serves as the gateway for the big world, because it's two systems in one country. You can make business inside of Chinese territory using the British regulation, the Western regulation. While in Shanghai, you do it inside of mainland China in the Chinese way. So most of the activities within the Chinese market are going inside of Shanghai. Most of those who go out to the big world that make Hong Kong the hub of Asia are from Hong Kong, that is used as a hub, as a gateway.
Okay, well, Mr. Tal Reshef, Asia business expert, thank you very much for joining us.
Pleasure. Thank you.